Let's look at the S&P 500 for today. We're looking at the daily chart here. Let me just make sure I got the right date. Today is October 17th. October 17th, 2023. It's a Tuesday. And my phone is binging at me. All right, so here we are. This was today's candlestick right there. You can see this thing is trading right in this consolidated block, right? Pretty much between 44.11 and 43.68, right? Now, you'll notice this universe is doing one of these deals. Okay. The simple moving averages are doing the same thing. They're pointing down. Now, the MACD looks like it wants to just take off and go to the moon. We got some divergence thoughts going on here. So at least, let's see, today is Tuesday. So tomorrow, there's a slight favor for this price to decline. Right? The price could decline dramatically, but the odds are slightly in favor of the price declining, okay? That's what all this is suggesting down here. I won't dive into why all that is, but that's what this is suggesting, okay? Now, we still have this October 25th cycle low right here. Don't. And today, of course, is already, well, you can see it's trading for tomorrow the 18th. So, we're only talking 7 calendar days. As I said yesterday, if this market stays in this box, right? If it just like doesn't even come down in here at all, doesn't get down in between, let's say in this area, down in here, or doesn't even make it to 42.62, let's say, just kind of comes down here a little bit like this, that's going to be a pretty strong sign that the market's going to have a really big, massive takeoff come November. Probably what that's going to mean. You can see this cycle low right here. I mean, it might have happened a little early, a couple days early right here, but it really was nothing. This yellow cycle just didn't happen. Like nothing there. Just tracking sideways. And then there's one here on the 23rd and one on the 25th. So it's going to have to make a pretty dramatic move down here in the next week. So maybe 2 weeks, because this could extend a little bit. That's another thing that could happen. Another thing that could happen is the cycles could move a little bit. This is, I think, over here is November 15th. Okay. So the cycles could move. We'll just have to see how this goes. It could start coming down and just gets late and pushes way down, but, happens later. And then we'll have to adjust the cycles. But for now, got to go with what I'm seeing here. This just looks like consolidation. And I'm not seeing strong signs yet of this pulling back, though it probably will. But, let's not put the cart before the horse. So that's the deal with the cycles for now. Let's look at the weekly, which I don't expect too much of a change here. Yeah. See these upper wicks on these candlesticks? That just, especially this one right here, and even this one. It's just not a sign of strength on the weekly chart. When I see those lots of upper wick like that, that's not really a strong sign. You start seeing upper wicks like that, especially this early on this little turn up, it already looks kind of weak to me. Now this says it wants to, do one of these deals, but the MACD long term, as I've been saying, it looks like going into 2024, if we get one of those deals, whatever, I think it's going to come down. Okay. So the weekly chart, it does show strength for these 2 weeks, but they're not very convincing candlesticks to me. Those just, this is a convincing candlestick. That is a convincing candlestick. Right? But so far these are kind of limping along here. And these two candlesticks right here really remind me of this. Like they're just run out of gas already. Which, if that's the case, then we might see a pretty But we can't forget about this cycle low here on November 26th. I mean, that could be the cycle that takes over instead of the one on the 29th. Again, we'll have to keep an eye on the daily chart for that and see how it's going. On the hourly chart, I'm not going to dive too much because I reserve that for the members, but there's some signs on the hourly chart. So make sure for members you're reading the Discord server. So I made a comment on the Discord server that's a members only channel. That whole server is basically just for members only. Anyway, but I mentioned something about the hourly chart, so you might want to take a look at the Discord server, okay? And just read my comment about that. Okay, let's look at the trade of the day, which normally is a 5-minute chart, but let me go take a look at it, see what we get. All right, so here we are on the 5-minute chart. The start of the day was last night way over here, and of course the end of the day was right here. This little part over here is already futures trading, tonight right now going into tomorrow. That's tomorrow's session already. So we're just looking at this whole area here. All right, and well, to me, here it is, right? This was what, 10:30, 9:40 Texas time. Really just can't ask for a better setup. Sweet. You can see right here when this happens, look at the MACD. Huge, wide gap in the MACD, well above the zero line, right? So even though you missed this just says jump in the trade right here. Right here, you're jumping in the trade. And then bam, off to the races. Look at that. Sweet. 10, 20, 25. Again, 17, 18 points of profit. Really nice. Super nice. And if you're really paying attention, the MACD rolls over right here later on in late morning. Well, you just ride it all the way back down. Right? You don't need another signal for that one. That's just like golden right there. Everything you need to know. Divergence starts setting it. The MACD rolls over. Take the trade. And as I mentioned, and I mentioned this last night's video, but I'm not going to do it today because I'm not going to show the hourly chart for non-members. But last night I talked about the hourly chart and I said, what do you think is going to happen? So the members, if you're paying attention to both the 5-minute and hourly chart, you should have made some good money today because that 1 hour chart was banging. Banging. Cycles on that chart have been pretty good. I may need to make a small adjustment to the hourly cycles, but not yet. I'll keep an eye on the next few days. It looks like they may have moved around just a little bit for right now, though. Today, they still look pretty solid. Okay, so that's the trade of the day. Guys, gals, $7.99 a month for the membership. I got members that are making $100 to $300 a day. They're just sharing that with me, right? I'm not asking them their personal business. I don't ask them their account size. I don't ask how much money they make. I don't ask any of that stuff. Some of them divulge it willingly because they're just trying to share. Yeah. And I'm hearing some of the members say $100 to $300 a day on small retail accounts. Okay. And I'm pretty sure most of these people that are making that kind of money, the membership has long since paid for itself, probably for years to come, if not the rest of their life. They're not even worried about the $7.99. Okay. In my opinion, if you're patient, it'll pay for itself. You get the streaming charts, just like you saw here on the trade of the day. For the 5-minute chart, you get the 15-minute chart, a 1 hour chart, right, on the Get Us Plus indicator. And these get sent to the Discord server as alerts. Really, really nice. Top 30 stocks in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ are on that server as well. There's alerts that go on there for gold, for crude oil. So that's really nice for those that want to trade that. There's symbols I put up there at the end of every day. There's future symbols that go in there. There are stocks that I think have decent option possibilities go on there. Okay, there's once in a while, there'll be a file in there for industries for those that want to take a look at industries. So that happens every day at the end of the day. I have a pretty sophisticated logic that goes out and gets the symbols that qualify for what I think could be potentially good trades, right? Especially the futures. For the members, you want to look at the symbols channel tonight because I saw some really nice futures symbols in there. I think you're going to be some really, really good trades coming up, maybe even as early as tonight or tomorrow. So make sure you take a look at that. All right, that's it. Happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.